the Writing Community Chat Show Advent Christmas Calendar.
We've already had a few people comment on how much they love Save the Cat. I remember reading it, and someone recommended it to me, and I was reading it in bed for the first time. And it literally, I was looking around, and I looked at my girlfriend, and I was like, whoa, like it literally blew my mind because obviously got all the references in there to other like popular fiction, and now I'm just obsessed with looking at the Save the Cat structure in films and programs that I'm watching and books that I'm reading. I'm like, oh yes, Save the Cat, there's that element. So how did that come about? Like, what was the whole process in terms of getting involved with that, and then why did you want to be a part of that process and bring that sort of expertise to writers who were struggling?
Yeah, well, I mean, I had the exact same reaction, by the way. My mind was blown. I was sort of like, when I read the original screenwriting guide, I felt like I had stumbled upon some sort of secrets to the universe and nobody else knew. And again, it was written just for me, as you're sensing a theme here. But no, I was just like, how do more people not know about this? This is the secret. And for me, it was at the time because I was trying to get published and I was failing. And once I read the original Save the Cat, I realized, wow, I have no idea how to tell a story. I just thought you sort of string together a bunch of scenes and they become a story, and that's not quite how it works. So I was actually given the book by a screenwriter friend who heard that I was trying to get published and not doing very well at it. And I ended up rewriting the book I was working on for, with the Save the Cat method. And that's the book that ended up selling. And I've sold 20 novels to major publishers, since then. And no book has been written without this method. So there's not one of my books that doesn't fit this method. And so it really, I just found that I was like proof that it worked. But then I kind of thought, well, maybe it doesn't work for every book. Maybe it's just that I tend to write books that feel like screenplays or that read like movies or something. And so I started teaching the method to other novelists, and it was sort of like an experiment, like, can other novelists take this and put that into their ideas? And I found that, yes, people were responding to the method, and they, it was helping them crack their story and tell it better. And from there, and this was all done in conjunction with the Save the Cat brand. So the original Save the Cat book was written by Blake Snyder, a screenwriter who passed away in 2009. And his legacy is kept alive by this great company, a very small and mighty company. And they kind of help keep the message and the method alive. So they're the ones that contacted me because I was blogging about using this method. They contacted me to teach. And then from there, just the workshops got very popular, and we just thought, we should write a book specifically for novelists. And then I got into this panic of oh my God, now I'm gonna have to read all of these books and sort of prove that this method is not new. It's just a different way of looking at story, or it's a way of codifying story so that it makes sense when you're approaching it from the blank page. And, I did that. And when I started to read the novels that I feature in the book as examples, I'm like, oh my gosh, Stephen King is using this method. Not really, but he's writing books that fit into this method. Jane Austen was using Save the Cat. But I was finding that all of these stories, these classic stories that we love, they fit into the method. And it just sort of proved it for me that it wasn't just it wasn't just like a fluke. It wasn't like a formula. It was just, this is a way of looking at story that makes sense and that that fits most successful stories of all time.